This is Prince Relocating Global Consult Hood Nav Academy. Today we're here to talk about what we talk about most, which is visas. Okay, particularly we'll be talking about Canada. Canada has different visa routes. Over the last couple of years, maybe 10 years, Canada has become a choice destination for people who want to relocate abroad. However, there are basically three essential pathways to travel to Canada: a visit visa, work visas, student visas. Of course, there is a permanent residence, right? However, we want to focus on those who are relocating to Canada because of purpose of working. Now, there are two ways you can actually get into Canada through the work route. One, you can go into Canada with direct work permits, okay? Secondly, you can go to Canada with a visit visa, and then you transition much later to a work permit. This visit visa to work permit route is still available until February 2025. So today, being one of the days in 2023, you have about 2 years, a year plus to get into Canada on visit visa and transition into a work permit. So us as travel consultants who assist people in getting into Canada, this is what we do. It is relatively more difficult to get direct work permits outside of Canada. Okay, it is mostly for people who have a high in demand skill, and sometimes I think the odds are against some people from certain nationalities. I wouldn't want to go deep into that. So the best way from experience to get into Canada to work is for you to go in through visit visa, then you get your work permit while you are inside Canada. There are two ways to go about this, okay? You can either get the visit visa now. When you get to Canada, you get employment and you get your work permit, or you get your employment offer while you're outside Canada and you also apply for your visit visa. You get into Canada, then you report for duty at where you have been employed, right? Then you transition to a work permit. Usually you get about 2 years work permit when you arrive Canada. Now this is how Canada works for visit visas. For visit visas, you get the duration of validity in your passport. Let's say your passport expires in the next 5 years. If you're getting visa, you get issued 5 years visa. So it is always advisable for you to get an international passport whose validity is longer if you're going for a visit visa. Regardless, when you get into Canada and you start working, you get 2 years work permit usually, which is always renewable. Then when you're in Canada for a couple of years, about 2-3 years working, you are eligible to apply for your permanent residence. After you've gotten permanent residence for about 3 years or so, you get eligibility to apply for your citizenship. This is how Canada works really. You can get virtually any job you want to get, okay, in Canada. Virtually any job you can get in Canada. But the easiest for most people is caregiver, maybe administrative jobs, even nurses, engineers, doctors. You can always get any job you want in Canada. However, you must have the requirement, the documentation, the experience for this job, because you will be tested. Even if you do not get to have some interviews at the earlier stage, much later you would get to do interview in Canada. You can do the interview before your arrival, or you can do it when you arrive Canada for resumption. So this is how we basically work. So if you want assistance for Canada visit visa or work permit, let us know. We are here to assist you at Uphill Global Consult. The processing time doesn't take much anymore. I think it takes around 2-3 months, but usually we do not give a timeline for Canada visa application. It can take longer, like way longer. But usually from experience, 2-3 months, your visa is out. So if you need assistance, reach us via WhatsApp, via our email, via Facebook, via Instagram, via TikTok, via Twitter, and would assist you in your Canada visa application for work purpose or just for visit purposes. Cheers.